Hello class. Hello class. Welcome to the next lecture of operation management. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about how to formulate linear programming problem. For any linear programming problem, we have to just first formulate the problem in the standard form. For formulating any linear programming problem, we have to define decision variables, objective function, and constant. Right? So these are the important points we have to consider in solving any linear programming problem, either by graphical method or simplex method. Okay, so I'm going to discuss uh, 2-3 problems of formulation of linear programming problems. Right? Yeah. Here you can see some examples on linear programming problem formulation. The first is a manufacturing company is engaged in producing three type of products, that is A, B, and C. Right? The production department produces each day components sufficient to make 50 units of A, 25 units of B, and 30 units of C. The management is confronted with the problem of optimizing the daily production of the product in the assembly department, where only 100 man hours are available daily for assembly the product. The following additional information is also available: types of product ABC, profit contribution per unit of product is 12, 20, 45, 12 for A, 20 for B, and 45 for C. And assembly time consumed per product for A is 0.8, for B 1.7, for C 2.5. The company has a daily order commitment of 20 units of product A and total of 15 unit and 15 unit of product B and C combined, right? 20 unit of A, you have to produce 20 unit of A and 50 unit of in combination with B and C, right? Formulate this problem as an LP model so as to maximize the total profit. So what are we have given? Profit. From the profit, we can develop objective function, right? Here is the time constant, means time available for time required for producing each product, and total time available is 15 man hours daily, right? So by using uh, this 100 man hours, you can utilize this 100 man hours for production of A, B, and C, right? So let us see how to solve this problem, right? First, we can summarize the problem data in table form. See here, uh, what are the resources and constraints, right? The production capacity. We have production capacity of how much? 50, 25, and 30. Here you can see production capacity. Means we have sufficient raw material to produce 50 unit of this A and 25 unit of B and 30 unit of C, right? So this is our production capacity. Here man hour per unit, time man hours required for production of per unit, it is given as 0.8, 1.7, 2.5, and total man hour is 100, right? Order commitment 20 unit of A and 15 unit by combining B and C both, right? Profit contribution is 12, 20, and 45. This is the basically all the information given in the problem. तो यहाँ पर आपको सबसे पहले क्या करना है, डिसीजन वेरिएबल को एज्यूम करना है, Let us suppose कि x1 unit of A, x2 unit of B, and x3 unit of C will provide maximum profit. What are the x1, x2? We don't know. We have to solve the exact value of x1, x2, x3. So let us assume x1, x2, x3 are number of units of product A, B, and C to be produced respectively, right? If number of unit A, B, C are known and profit per unit is also given, then we can define what should be our objective function. So your objective function will be 12x1 plus 20x2 plus 45x3, right? And what are the constant? Subject to constant, we have labor constant first. If x1 is the number of unit of A and per unit of A consuming 0.8 hours, then how many hours of time will be consumed by producing x1 unit of A? It will be 0.8 into x1. And similarly, 1.7 into x2 is the time consumed for production of x2 unit of B. And similarly, 2.5 into x3 is the time consumed in producing x3 unit of C. And total time of production of A, B, C will be less than or equal to 100 man hours. And other constant are x1 should be less than 50, x2 should be less than 25, x3 should be less than 30. It is the production capacity. We cannot produce anything beyond our capacity, right? And there is some other constant are on order commitment. We have to produce at least 20 unit of A, means x1 should be greater than 20 and x2 plus x3 should be greater than 50. So we have minimum production limit and maximum production limit both. And in all the cases, x1, x2, x3 should be greater than 0. These are the constant, and this is your objective function. So by writing objective function and all the constants, you can say that this is a complete standard form of linear programming problem. अब आप इसको किसी भी तरह से भी सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, चाहे आप सिंप्लेक्स मेथड यूज करिए चाहे ग्राफिकल मेथड यूज करिए, राइट? And type C parts consume. Now next problem, an electronic company produces three type of parts of automatic machine. It purchases casting a part from a local foundry and then finishes the part on drilling, shaping, and polishing machine. The selling price of the part A, B, C are rupees 8, rupees 10, and rupees 14 respectively. All parts made can be sold. Means जो भी part बनाएगा उसको बेचना ही बेचना है. Casting of part A, B, C respectively cost rupees 5, 6 and 10. मीन्स जो हम लोग परचेज करेंगे आफ्टर कास्टिंग उसका प्राइस दिया हुआ है 5, 6, 10 और जो सेलिंग प्राइस है वो है 8, 10, 14, राइट? हमें क्या कैलकुलेट करना है? फर्स्ट वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट प्रॉफिट. ये सेलिंग प्राइस है, ये आपका कास्टिंग के बाद का कॉस्ट है, मशीनिंग के बाद का नहीं. तो इन दोनों का डिफरेंस आपको प्रॉफिट नहीं देगा. आपको मशीनिंग का भी कॉस्ट को रिड्यूस करना होगा, डिडक्ट करना होगा, राइट? द शॉप प्रोसेसेस ओनली वन ऑफ ईच टाइप ऑफ कास्टिंग मशीन, नॉट कास्टिंग मशीन, फिनिशिंग मशीन होना चाहिए, राइट? कॉस्ट पर आवर टू रन इज ईच ऑफ द थ्री मशीन आर रुपीज 20 फॉर ड्रिलिंग, रुपीज 30 फॉर शेपिंग and rupees 30 for polishing. The capacity means part per hour for each part on each machine are shown in the table. The capacity yani part per hour for each part on each machine are shown in the tables. अगर हम 1 आवर में ड्रिलिंग करना चाहें तो आप 25 कंपोनेंट का कर सकते हैं ए के, 40 कंपोनेंट का कर सकते हैं बी के, 25 का कर सकते हैं सी के. सिमिलरली फॉर शेपिंग we have 25 component. We can perform shaping of 25 component in 1 hour, and 20 component of B can perform shaping of 20 component of B in 1 hour. Similarly, 20 component of C in 1 hour. For polishing also there is 40, 30 and 40 limit for performing polishing on each type of component in 1 hour. The management of the shop want to know how many part of each type it should be produced per hour in order to maximize profit for an hour run. Formulate this problem as an NP model so that maximize total profit to the company. Right? Here you can see how to formulate this problem. First, let us suppose x1, x2 and x3 are the number of type of component A, B, C parts to be produced per hour respectively. Means let x1, x2, x3 are the number of type of A, B, C parts. Means A parts के जो नंबर हैं x1 और B parts के x2 and C part के x3 नंबर जो प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं per hour to get maximum profit. Since 25 types of A, here you can see 25 जो है A के पार्ट ए के जो 25 नंबर हैं उसकी प्रोसेसिंग यानी ड्रिलिंग किया जा सकता है in 1 hour. Since 25 types A parts per hour can be run on the drilling machine at a cost of 20, because drilling cost per hour is given as 20. Here you can see the cost of drilling is 20, 30 for shaping and 30 for polishing. 20, 30 and 30, right? So then rupees 20 by 25 equal to rupees 0.80 is the drilling cost per type of A part. Means पार्ट ए के एक नंबर को 1 यूनिट को ड्रिल करने में जो कॉस्ट आ रही है आपकी 0.8 रुपीज, राइट. आपको x1 करना है तो उसमें कितना कॉस्ट आएगा ये सब आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं, राइट. सिमिलरली reasoning for shaping and drilling, we can say that for shaping of A will also be done in 25 minutes. Means 25 units of A can be shaped in 1 hour, right? And the cost of shaping is 30 and cost of polishing is 40. So 20 divided by 25, 30 cost of shaping divided by 25, right? Then polishing 30 by 40. It is the total cost of what? Machining. This is cost of drilling, this is the cost of shaping, this is the cost of polishing. So for calculating total profit from A will be equal to selling price minus the cost of casting and minus cost of machine, and this is come to be 0.25. 0.25 is the profit, net profit produced from part A, right? And this 0.25 is the profit per unit, right? Profit per type B is calculated by same formula, means selling price minus cost of the casting minus cost of the machining, and this is equal to 1. Then cost per type C is equal to 14 minus 10, and this is the cost of machining is come to be 0.95. अब आपके पास सभी का प्रॉफिट पता है, राइट? तो आप ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शन तो लिख सकते हैं, लेकिन कांस्टेंट कैसे लिखेंगे? What are the limitation on constant? We have 1 hour of each type of machine, right? So on the drilling machine, one type A part consume 125 of the available hour, right? A type of B parts consume 140 of the available hours, and type C parts consume 125th of an hour. Thus, the drilling machine constant is x1 upon 25 plus x2 upon 40 and then x3 upon 25. This is the drilling time. We have to make constant on drilling time. So 25 unit of A, 40 unit of B and 25 unit of C can be drilled in 1 hour. So if combination of ABC is going to produce in 1 hour, then x1 upon 25, x2 upon 40 and x3 upon 25 should be less than 1 hour. Similarly, you can write other constant also, means x1 upon 25, x2 upon 20 and x3 upon 20 less than equal to 1 for shaping, and x1 upon 40, x2 upon 30 and x3 upon 40. So the standard form of LP model, you can write maxima is z is equal to 0.25 into x1. 0.25 is the cost per unit, x1 is the number of unit produced, and 1.00 into x2 and 0.95 into x3. 0.95 is the cost, profit of C, and x3 is the number of parts of C, right? Subject to the constant drilling machine constant having 1 hour of drilling machine, then x1 upon 25, x2 upon 40, x3 upon 25 less than equal to 1. For shaping constant x1 upon 25, x2 upon 20, x3 upon 20 less than equal to 1, and for polishing x1 upon 40, x2 upon 30 and x3 upon 40 less than equal to 1. And finally x1, x2, x3 should be greater than 0, means all the basic variables should be non-negative, right? Now next problem, suppose the ABC company has been a producer of picture tube for a television set and certain printed circuit board for radios. The company has just expanded into full-scale production and marketing of AM and FM radios. It has built a new plant that can operate 40 hours per week. Production of an AM radio in the new plant will require 2 hours, and production of an AM FM radio will require 3 hours. Each AM radio will contribute rupees 40 to profit, while an AM FM radio will contribute rupees 80 to the profit. The marketing department, after extensive research, has determined that a maximum of 15 AM radio and 10 AM FM radio can be sold each week. Formulate a linear programming model to determine the optimum production mix of AM and AM FM radio that will maximize profit. Solve this problem using the graphical method. Let us define the following decision variables first. Let x1 and x2 is the number of unit of AM radio and AM FM radio to be produced respectively per week, right? Because problem is given for solving, all the information is given as per week information, right? So the LP model can be formulated as, first we can write objective function. Objective function is maximize profit z is equal to 40x1 plus 80x2, because 40 is the profit per unit obtained from AM radio, and 80 is the profit obtained from AM FM radio. So this is your objective function, and then subject to constant. What are the constants? We have time constant. How many hours we have to operate company? 48 hours per week. So 2 into x1. What is 2? 2 is the time hours consumed in production of 1 unit of x1. X1 is the number of unit of AM. So AM radio consume 2 into x1 hours, and AM FM radio will consume 3 into x2 hours. And this total time is 2x1 plus 3x2 should be less than equal to 48 hours. And other constant are AM radio should be less than 15, right? And AM FM radio should be less than 10. And this is the maximum amount that can be sold per week. And finally, x1 has to again greater than 0, because the basic variables should be non-negative in nature. That's all. This is the way how to formulate any linear programming problem into standard form. By converting any problem into standard form, you can solve this problem by using graphical method or linear programming method. So in the next lecture, I will show you how to solve linear programming problem with the help of graphical method. Okay, thank you for your attention.